In the previous lesson, we learned about the definite articles. Now we will move on to study of prepositions in Hebrew. Prepositions in Hebrew. What is a preposition? A preposition is a word that shows the relationship between two things or relationship between words in a sentence. For example, the relationship between the mouse and the table. And in English, we have so many prepositions. For example, towards, near, over, on, around, through, from, behind, far. These are different examples of prepositions in English. Similarly, in Hebrew, we have different prepositions. For example, pene. Pene means before the circle. And here another example is al. Al means on, above the circle. Takat. Takat is under the circle, and so on. So, in this video, we're going to learn about three types of prepositions in Hebrew. Three different types of prepositions in Hebrew. Number one, we're going to study about the independent prepositions in Hebrew. Second, we're going to look at the makef prepositions in Hebrew. And finally, we're going to look at the inseparable prepositions. Independent, makef, and inseparable prepositions. The independent prepositions are standalone prepositions, just like another independent word or vocabulary that we read in our vocabulary list. For example, lefne. Lefne is an independent preposition. The meaning of the word lefne is before. Alright? And now if you look at this example, the next word is melek. Now, do you remember in the definite article we studied about this? He plus patha and a dagish. What is this pattern? It is the pattern of a definite article before a ordinary letter. So, lefne melek means before the king. So, lefne is one independent preposition. Similarly, we have another word called as takat. Takat, which means under. So, ha'edz means under the tree. Now, you see here, ayin is a weak guttural. So, now before a weak guttural, you see a compensatory lengthening of vowel. Okay, so you see from a short vowel to a long vowel. So this is another beautiful example of compensatory lengthening. So takat ha'edz means under the tree. So this is another independent prepositions. So lefne, takat, akar, ben. Ben means between, akar means after, and these are few examples of independent prepositions. Now, let us look at an example and see how we can identify the independent prepositions in a sentence or in a verse. So now, here we have Genesis chapter 1 verse 4, and in this verse, let's identify the independent preposition. First, let's try to read the sentence. Vayivdil Elohim ben ha'or Huven ha-koshek. So now, in this particular sentence, where is the preposition? You see the first independent preposition here, ben, which means between. And then, huven, which also means and between. So how do we translate the whole sentence? And he divided God, ben is between, ha-or is the light, Huven is and between, ha-koshek is the darkness. So what will be the proper translation? And God divided between the light and between the darkness. So you see here, what you need to observe in this example is how the preposition is a stand-alone word. It is not a prefix like ha, the definite article. Rather, it is a independent preposition. Now, let us move on to look at the second type of preposition, and that is makif preposition. What is the meaning of makif? The simple meaning of the word makif is binding. And what is the symbol of makif? This is the symbol of makif, a horizontal stroke between two similar words or two short words. And now here what we have, al is a preposition which means on, and it is connected with the use of makif with another noun. So this type of preposition is called as the makif preposition. Here we have al ha even, which means on the stone. Right? Look at the next example. We have el ha adam. Next one, it is ad, and then we have a makif preposition, and then ha nakal, which means as far as the valley. The next, look at the last one, min. Min means from, which is connected through a makif. Ha aris, which means from the earth. So these are the examples of makif preposition. Now let us look at an example of makif preposition in a sentence or in a verse. So now we are looking at a sentence. Let's read this one. Vayadze Yona min ha'ir. So now the one in yellow is the makif preposition. You have a makif. Before that you have monosyllabic words. You need to remember most of the makif prepositions are monosyllabic words. So here we have an example, min ha'ir. Okay, so which means from the city. So these are the examples. This is how you will see a makif preposition in a particular sentence. I hope you understood both the independent preposition and the makif preposition. In the next video, let us look at the inseparable preposition.